10 random Magic cards rated, reviewed, signed a number and all that. Day number 5, everybody. What's the first random card of the day? It's Transmography. Oh my god, it's Transmography coming down the ramp with a steel chair. 4 mana. 3 and a red for a sorcery. Exile target creature. That creature's controller reveals cards from the top of their library till they reveal a creature card. That player puts that card onto the battlefield, shuffles the rest into their library. So like a not great, not as, it's a Chaos Warp, you see, but it's not a Chaos Warp. Huh? It's also more mana than a Chaos Warp. It's a fine Magic card, actually, in like some red commander decks. If you're looking for a way to deal with permanents that you otherwise wouldn't have a way of dealing with. This obviously costs $1. Wow. So like some people are playing it in Commander. And yeah, you can target your own stuff with it and do like fancy tricks, Mom. Do you see? Watch me, Mom. But either way, this is just like kind of a fine Magic card that I'm not going to score too highly. So I give it a 5.2, mostly for fun factor and modality. Because again, if you can't like do something flashy with your own dudes, it's red removal that hits anything. And that's at a premium, honestly. So move on to, what is this? Oh, it's from the Ass Creed set. All right, let's look at a normal looking version of it. Thank you. It's Aalin de Grand PRI. Aalin de Grand PRI. Aalin de Grand PRI. I'm actually of French descent, so I can do this. It's 4 mana, 2 and 2 green for a 3/3 human assassin, which is legendary. It's got Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on that creature. It also has Disguise for a black and a green. In case you forgot, because you probably did, you may cast this card face down for 3 mana as a 2/2 creature with Ward 2 and turn it face up anytime for that 2 mana cost. So kind of an interesting thing, which I have never read. I have never once in my life seen this card, but it's only existed for like a week, so I guess it can be forgiven. Unless, of course, you're watching this in 2037 or something. In which case, it's been out this whole time, and I still have never seen it. How did that happen? This is... I do love stuff that cares about Death Touch stuff. And there's a bunch of stuff in the Ass Creed set that cares about Death Touch. So I guess I should like the Ass Creed set more than I do. I guess maybe I should give it a chance, you know? Just give things a chance. Sometimes you don't know. You have like a knee-jerk reaction to a thing, and then maybe you read a card from it, and you're like, oh, I liked, okay, Finn the Fangbearer, you go in that, or maybe this is your commander and Finn the Fangbearer's in your 99. I'm not telling you how to party, but, you know, it's fine. It's a fine Magic card. I'll give it like a 4.83. Yeah, that's, you know, in that neighborhood. I'm a sucker for Death Touch, man. I know that about myself. Crossway Troublemakers is up next. They do look like some troublemakers. They look like they're in like an acting troupe, to be honest. Especially this one guy. He's 6 mana, 5 and a black for a 5/5 vampire. Attacking vampires you control have Death Touch and lifelink. This goes pretty well with that last guy. Whenever a vampire you control dies, you can pay 2 life if you do draw a card. Sweet card, man. Kind of a cool little card. You can get this for $1.32 from Crimson Vow Commander, or you can get it for 14 cents from Crimson Vow Commander. So that's pretty good deal, right? 6 mana is probably too much, even in your Vampires deck, but these are 2 extremely powerful lines of text in your Vampire decks. Might be totally worth doing it, man. I mean, are you playing Vein Ripper? Are you paying 6 mana for a vampire already in your deck, man? Just, you know, live is all I'm saying. Lady, sister, just play this card in your Vampires deck. And at the very least, you'll be having more fun with these troublemakers. You'll play this guy and you're like, hey, Francisco, good to see you. I don't know what his name is. But, hey, buddy, good to see you, you know. And you'll be happy when he actually hits the table. Francisco and his buddies, man. I love this dude back here. Just like looking sexy. That's his whole job. You know what I mean? Just laid out looking sexy. But still, dude, DT and LL, those are good little keyword abilities for attacking vamps. And I like drawing cards too. So I could just keep saying what the text is on this card over and over. And that would probably be an entertaining YouTube video. But let's actually try a different approach and move on to a different card. Did I score this? No. It's just for vampires. I'm still going to give it like a 5. Sure. It's as good as a basic land, I guess. I'm going to give it a 5. It's a really cool Magic card. But we'll move on to Meo Del Grimocelesia, or as I think a lot of people would probably say, Selesnya Guildmage. 2 mana. This is a green-white hybrid And then also a green-white hybrid. For a 2/2 elf wizard, you can pay 4 mana, 3 and a green, to put a sapperling token into play. Just get a little 1/1 boy. Or you can pay 4 mana, 3 and a white to have creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. Cool card, man. There's actually like multiple infinite combos with this where you put a bunch of saps into play, and that's fun. That's always good if that's the route you want to take. As I'm always going to say when we hit these guild mages, these are good cube cards, dude. I just like guild mages in cubes so much. I love these because they're so indicative of what like the guild is supposed to be doing. They're perfectly costed for the most part. They're good mana sinks in like a limited environment. So again, cube, yes. Commander, probably no, but like if you're playing specifically a Sapperlings deck, it's okay. If you're playing a tokens deck, you might be able to do worse than this, right? And it's got that mana sink on it where if you do have like 50 tokens in play, you can just pump 8 mana into it. They all get +2/+2. Let's kind of go. So like, I don't hate this card, but again, these guild mages are not what they used to be, but this is one of the more intriguing ones for like casual commander. Very extremely casual commander. So I'm going to give the card a 4.6. That's probably one of the higher scores I'm going to ever give a guild mage, but we'll do it. Next is Celestial Dawn from Mirage. Oh my goodness, guys. It's been a minute since I've seen you. One of the chase rares when Mirage came out, actually. 3 mana, 1 and 2 white for an enchantment. All non-land cards you own that are not in play are white. All non-land permanents you control are white. All lands you control are plains. All colored mana symbols and all costs on all of these cards and permanents are white. So what this does is it lets you play 5 colors. You just play all the colors, and so long as you can get a Celestial Dawn down, you can play all your cards. You know what, actually, I've never thought of this before, but that new Wrenn and Realmbreaker, the one that costs 3 mana, it's 1 and 2 green, it's a Planeswalker. It's got a passive that just says, like, all your lands tap for any color mana. It's basically what this is. It's basically what this does. So that's kind of cute. I forget what we were supposed to do with this card when it came out. It was like a thing this card was supposed to do when it came out. If anybody actually is watching these videos and you're as old as I am, first of all, sorry. But second of all, what is it that this card did again? What is it? I forgot the thing. But I'm sure I remember it doing something. Aside from having a really cool like fish, lizard, dragon thing in the art, which I've never noticed. I've only ever really noticed this guy. But this actually has a really cool fish lizard. So good job, Liz Danforth. But still, what do you give Celestial Dawn? What do you do with this card, dude? Is Celestial Dawn actually like a 2.2 or something? Just a 2.2 for creativity's sake? Sure, we'll give it that. Halfway through, though, number 6, I guess, Hellspur Posy Boss, a brand new card here almost. This is 4 mana, 2 and 2 red for a 2/4 lizard rogue. Other outlaws you control have haste. That's assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. When Posy Boss enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 red mercenary creature tokens, and they have tap. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. So this is kind of 4/4 in stats across 3 bodies, kind of a siege gang commander sort of impression here. It is cool in like a very specific kind of typal deck, or really a less specific typal deck. I didn't really think about this, but it is kind of cool that they released OTJ, which has a mechanic that cares about assassins. And a couple months later, they do the Assassin's Creed set with a bunch of assassin stuff. That's pretty good, Wizards. I got to hand it to you. But all in all, I'm not going to give this card more than like a 5.4 because it's fine. This card's kind of fine. Like, it's not terrible. It's not a bad Magic card, but it's also not like the best Magic card, So let's move on. So Forest, oh my goodness, we've already hit 3 basics. Guys, we're on video 5 and we've hit 3 basics. That's ridiculous. We're going to have to probably skip a bunch of basics if we keep going with the series for a long time. So that'll be fun. That'll be super fun. But yeah, basics get a 5. That counts as a card. Sakura Tribe Elder. Oh, the classic. Oh, our baby, Sakura Tribe Elder. This is 2 mana, 1 and a green for a 1/1 snake shaman. Sacrifice it. Search your library for a basic land. Put the card on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. Now, you might be saying, Dev, that right there, this card, this is a rampant growth, but it's on a body. So you can like block with it. You can just chump with this and just rampant growth whenever you want. And yes, but you're actually you're not saying any of that because you know what this card does. It's in like every commander deck with Forest, or at least it was at a point in history. and it still kind of is a little. Like, Sakura Tribe Elder is still like really popular to this day, and there's a reason for that. Almost no version of it will drop under $1. And again, there's a reason for that. Just a wonderful, incredible Magic card. I think we got to give Sakura Tribe Elder like an 8. I'm serious. This card is almost good no matter what. It was good in Standard when it was in Standard. It was good in Modern for a long time. It's good in Commander right now. It's good in Casual and CEDH. It's a Pauper playable card, which does see some play in Pauper on occasion, or at least it used to. And just on and on and on, you know, again, Cube playable and all that. So really sick Magic card. One of the coolest Magic cards. Period. I'm serious. I really think Sakura Tribe Elder is almost a perfect Magic card. So 8 is enough for that. We'll go to Pillarfield Ox next. Not good. This is just 4 mana. It's 3 and a white for a 2/4 Ox. That's the whole card. That's the entire Magic card. 1. This is kind of almost as bad as a Magic card gets. It's not even a giant spider. You know, like it doesn't even have reach. A card from 1994, 1993, giant spider. We can't get better than that. So it's a hill giant, but they fudged with the PT a little bit. You know, it's still 6 total PT. Why am I still talking about Pillarfield Ox? This is like a 1. Moving on though to the final card of the day. It's Revenge of the Drowned. This is 4 mana, 3 and a blue for an instant. Target creature's owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. You get one of these 2/2 guys with Decayed. That means that it can't block, and when it attacks, you sack it at end of combat. That proved to be a pretty bad ability. And 4 mana for this, even an instant speed is not amazing, but I guess you could say like this is blue removal, rebluval, you know, I guess. But there's just way better choices in any Commander deck, I would imagine, than this. So I'm just going to give this card like a 1.1. This is slightly better than the Ox. So kind of backloaded with not great cards, but we did get some good stuff. We did get some good stuff today. But join us tomorrow for number 6. That's how numbers work. Subscribe to the channel for more of these. Bye.